Hey everyone, just hopping back on to explain the plays from yesterday. Making the video a day later because I didn't have time yesterday, but I just wanted to hop on and explain the plays of yesterday. So let's get right into it. First one we had was Microsoft. The level I had was this 297 level, which I liked, and it looked like it worked out. Would have been a nice little play here. You can kind of see that we came up at 9:30, almost hit it, but not quite. But excuse me, we were able to push back up afterwards, and it was great. So at 10 o'clock, we had this beautiful candle, and the thing is, if it did break this level, I don't think I would have taken it. I would have waited for the retest or the rocket ship technique to get in. And that's kind of exactly what happened. So we kind of almost, we tested this 297 area-ish, not exactly. And then we took a dip back down and pushed back up above this 297 area, which would have been a great spot to get long. We had an increase in volume down here, as you can see, and targeting the 300 area as our final target, but also every whole number as well. So that would have been a beautiful, beautiful winner. Had you capitalized on that move. Let's just compare it real quick to the NASDAQ just to see if there was any kind of relative strength going on or what that was looking like. So if we backtrack to here, you can see that it was pretty similar actually, and Microsoft was holding a little bit of its own, which was nice. Some similarities between the two. It tapped our bottom key level here, which was great. And right at 10 o'clock, we had another volume spike on NASDAQ. Microsoft was lagging a little bit behind, which is actually not the worst thing because we knew that when NASDAQ would take off, Microsoft would follow, which was great. So that's that one. Next one is AMD. Let's take a look at AMD. And the level I had on that was 103.4, which is pretty similar stuff. And yeah, so this is a little bit stronger than the NASDAQ, actually, as you can see. So I probably would have liked this play a little bit more, even though the follow-through was kind of weaker. But we were holding above VWAP, which was nice. We broke our 103.4 level, so this would have been a good area to get long, right above this level, and with a close below this 103.4 level, targeting 104. Not the kind of movement we wanted to see, which is not amazing. I would like to see it usually take off immediately, but I would have sold right at 10:30 when we sell into strength, hitting that 104 level, which would have been great. So pretty standard stuff. Break of a level, you could have gotten in on the retest here, which is another possible entry, but most likely I probably would have gotten in right as we broke this 103.4 level as we were increasing in volume. So pretty standard stuff there. Nothing too crazy. Snapchat I had a couple question marks on. Nothing too crazy. I don't think I would have taken this, to be honest. But it was just something that I wanted to note here. The level that I had here was, I think it was the 75.71 level, or just about. I'm actually not even going to go over this just because it's way too messy, and there's no way I would have taken this, actually, now that I look at it again. And let's go on to Twitter. So we have Twitter here, and let's see what Twitter's level was 63.3. This was a bit of a doozy, not gonna lie. I just wanted to go over this. I would not have taken this, of course. As you can see that we have these 3 ginormous green candles, and 3 is probably my max, and I would have liked to see a close above 63.3 with a retest and then take off. We didn't get that, so a better entry would have been here or here. But the volume was pretty much non-existent, so I probably would have stayed away from this name, actually. Given the context, the volume wasn't anything special or to call home about. And also, this move is pretty already overextended. The range of Twitter is pretty minimal, actually. It's nothing crazy, and it moved within the first 20, 30 minutes of the market open. It moved almost $2, which is way too much. So definitely contextual clues that I would have stayed away from that one. NVIDIA, however you want to say it, was probably an amazing winner. This would have been the number 1 play of the day, to be honest. And the reason being is because it was holding above VWAP. We were showing some relative strength. And the volume wasn't, anything crazy, but it had, decent follow through, obviously. And I love this 214, 214.2 level. Would have gotten in at the break of this just because we had some good volume. We had good relative strength compared to the NASDAQ. And a good area to get long would have been on this retest at 214.2 or right as we were kind of taking off here. So I think I would have, if we just go on a 1 minute, actually, just excuse me, just wanted to see what it would have been like. So I think I would have played it maybe around this area. Again, I was probably looking for a retest of the 214.2 area. It would have been an amazing area to get long at. A little bit, not the clearest entry in my opinion. I would be a little hesitant to get long, but I probably would have taken it actually long right as we broke this 214 level. Yeah, I think I probably actually would have taken it right as we broke this 214 level. And if we just look at a 1 minute one more time, you can see that that happened pretty quickly, and that's what we would like to see. Huge amount of volume, good follow through, probably would have scaled as soon as we got a nice push up to 215. And as long as you stuck to your plan of not selling unless we closed below 214, you would have been in this trade and would have been a nice winner on the day and could have held all the way up to 219. 219 and a half. So that was a good play. A little bit confusing there, but glad to work through it. Excuse me. Roblox was, the level was 80, which was not the best, I think, but it was decent. So if we just take a look at this, it was actually interesting. So this is an interesting kind of structure here. Probably would have been a break-even small loss trade. I don't think I would have. I mean, I would like to think I would hold this move, but we didn't. Or excuse me, I'm maybe it's possible. The volume was kind of wonky. I'm not gonna lie. If you just look at it, this day was really weird. You can even see that we touched our resistance level again at 79 to the penny, which is cool. But anyway, back to the trade. We have Roblox pushing up, rejected 80. Would have liked to see it close above 80 with a rocket ship retest. But I think I would have gotten long as soon as we broke this 80 level again because we were holding above VWAP. Volume was decreasing, so nothing special on that end. Honestly, now that I think about it, I probably would have stayed away just because we moved a whole dollar within a minute and need some consolidation before making the next leg higher. If we look at it at 1 minute, you'll see at 9:35, 9:36, we pushed up again. So we're kind of just playing games around here, and I don't like when we play games. So that would have been my indication to stay away. We had a retest here, so I probably wouldn't have taken this trade. Honestly, I'd like to see some clean action. So that was probably another name I would have stayed away from, but just always love to see what I would have played and what I wouldn't have played. And then the final name I have written down here is Square, which was this 253 and a half level. Square was a nice runner yesterday. And let's go take a look. This is a beautiful example of what I'd love to see happen. This I definitely would have taken, actually. We had a close above 253 and a half. Would have played the retest and the bounce above VWAP, above this level. Even the volume, again, isn't the best. Excuse me. You see that we had some nice follow through here, which is just as nice. And you can see that price was moving pretty fast, actually, up in this area. You can tell because of this gap. So I would have entered right at 9:35, 9:36. Again, the volume was pretty crappy, actually, not going to lie. So who knows? I would like to think I would have entered just because of the other confirmations, but volume, again, is everything. Didn't actually look too bad compared to previous days, but would have loved to see the volume act a little bit better, but that's all right. This is still decent enough for me to take this trade. So hope you guys learned something, and thank you for watching.